Andrew McCabe. His new book, The Threat: How the FBI Protects America in the Age of Terror and Trump, takes us behind the scenes at the launch of the Mueller investigation. Welcome to This Week. Poor man's J. Edgar Hoover?
I don't even know what that means. It's not the first time that I've had to listen to the president say bizarre and untrue things about me, so it's unfortunate that this is getting a little bit routine. But I will say, I don't think there's anything sad or unfortunate about speaking truth to power and telling the story that you lived and the things you saw and heard and the reasons behind the decisions you made, and that's what I've tried to do with the book.
Another man who's got a reputation for speaking truth to power, Robert Muller. You worked for him at the FBI. Based on what you know, and you heard our previous discussion, well, what should we expect from Robert Mueller? Kind of a narrow, by-the-book prosecutor reporting, or someone who senses he has a broader responsibility to the public?
It's a great question, George. I think first and foremost, what you can expect from Robert Mueller is an honest, independent assessment of the work that they've done. How much detail he chooses to go into to convey to the Department of Justice is a great question. I hope they lean on the detailed side. This is not a normal investigation by any evaluation. It's one that I think the department, Congress, and the public have an enormous interest in finding out just exactly what they learned.
And it's complicated in so many ways, including the precedent of the Hillary Clinton investigation. The FBI released all that information about her. As you heard Alan Dershowitz say, James Comey criticized for that. Was that the wrong decision by James Comey?
I absolutely agreed with Director Comey's approach at the time. And since, I've had the benefit of some reconsideration of those things that we did, and I think I'm pretty clear about it in the book. I think that decision was not well thought. I think we underestimated the kind of political toxicity of the environment that we were launching our conclusions into, and I think we overestimated our ability and Jim's ability to convince people of the great work that we had done.
It is now a precedent, and in releasing the entire underlying case file is now a precedent as well. Is it one the FBI should follow in this investigation?
I'm not sure that Jim's decision to announce it in July is a precedent. However, I think that it is a very concerning and now recent precedent. The volume of information that the FBI turned over to Congress in the wake of, after the investigation was concluded, that is something that concerned me greatly at that time, and I thought, this is a practice that will be hard to step away from.
You made the decision to investigate the president, to open the investigation into the president. It's come under some criticism this week, including from Congressman Mark Meadows, who says you made a stunning admission. I want to put up his tweet right there, where you said that it was because of suspicious behavior by the president on intercept, source reporting, or other secret evidence. Congressman Meadows says that is an abuse of power.
I'm not sure what he's referring to there, but I can tell you that the information that was in our hands at the time, much of which was publicly known, caused us great concern.
You say us, but this was your decision, correct?
This was the recommendation from the investigative team, and it was ultimately my decision to authorize the opening of the case. And I did that because at the time, the facts clearly indicated that we had an articulable basis to believe that a crime may have been committed and that a threat to national security might exist. We hadn't concluded that either of those two things had happened, but we were certainly in the place that we needed to investigate both sides.
You'd make the same decision today?
Absolutely.
You're also planning on filing a civil lawsuit against President Trump. What grounds do you have to sue, and what do you hope to get from it?
Well, I can't talk in great detail about the lawsuit. I'll certainly let the pleadings speak for themselves. It'll be an action against the Department of Justice primarily, and challenging the circumstances of my firing. It, of course, derives from the Inspector General report, a report that I deeply disagree with, a report that was the result of a process that I don't think anyone has ever seen before. I certainly hadn't. Excuse me.
Do you think the president inspired that process?
There's no doubt in my mind that the president's clear desire impacted that process. The president was talking about removing me from months before I ever interacted with the Inspector General. He made his desires perfectly clear on his own Twitter feed. The Inspector General delivered that result.
Andrew McCabe, thanks very much.
Thank you, George.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.